Good morning all. From Aldi, this Dymo Electrotag 100H, which was £14.99 I think, and you get a free reel of white paper labels. And because these labels are so cheap, I decided to get white plastic labels and also white iron-on labels. Now, of course, I'm being sarcastic. These are not cheap. £3.99 for a piece of plastic and a strip of label. That's outrageous. But then this is the sort of loss leader machine idea. It's a bit like inkjet printers. The printer's cheap, very little markup on that. But the consumables are fabulastically expensive. So what do you get in this machine for £14.99? Let's find out by cutting it open with a pair of scissors. Right, what we got then? Printer, and it has a massive lever on the side, and you can just see up in that gap, oh perhaps you can't see, a blade appears when you press it. That's a bit manual, isn't it? I mean, I'm assuming there's a motor in here to advance the printer label tape. There's a little switch there, and on the underside of this there's a little chamfer or a sort of sloping thing, so that when you force this in, it changes the position of the switch. Look, that's up. Let's put it in, press it in, take it back out, and now the switch is down. So that switch must change the energy, I suppose, to the print head. Looks like it's a thermal print head, depending on whether you're using paper or perhaps plastic or perhaps that iron-on thing. Now, this doesn't come with batteries. It's not surprising, I suppose, because the margin on this must be absolutely tiny. Almost a loss leader. 4 AA's. Let's get some. 4 IKEA Alkalisks. Shut that up. Let's switch it on and see what it does. Oh, precisely nothing. There's the display, monochrome LCD, looks like a dot matrix, or at least the bottom half looks like a dot matrix. Well, let's try something really simple. H, oh, where's E? Oh, the keys are all in strange places. L, L, O. No, I haven't put the tape in, so I better put the tape in. So let's shove that in like so. And print. What's it gonna do? Oh. That's exciting. Press cut. That cuts it. Oh, look at that. Now, how do you make the size bigger? There's a format button. Let's press that. Oh, size. There we are. Up. Oh, no, that's borders. Down. Style. Size I want. Perhaps I have to press OK. Large. Oh, going up actually gets smaller. Medium, small, large, extra large. OK. Print. Now it'll say hello in extra large. It's a shame actually that it points away from you so that you can't actually see it. Is that in extra large? Well, it's certainly longer. I don't think it's any taller. And so while I'm mucking about with it, let's try borders. Was it there? Yeah, borders. Oh, ABC 1, 2, 3. Oh, bottom, all around with curved edge. Oh, look at all those different. What is that? A crocodile and some trees. That's very peculiar. But yeah, borders. Let's try that one. Okay. Oh, it actually shows it on the display. Let's print that. Also in big. I'm going to use this reel of tape up quite quickly, aren't I? I don't want to do that really, do I? Otherwise I'll be spending £3.99 buying another one. The cutter actually works quite well. Oh, that border's rubbish, because it touches the font characters. Just thought I'd try one with the font in extra small and that border to see whether it's better than that. You really want a gap between the border and the characters. Oh, there is a gap there, but that really is extra small. Yeah, that's a bit weird, isn't it? It's a bit inconsistent. If you have the very large characters, you don't get a gap in the border, and also the border looks very thin there, and then in extra small it actually looks quite good, but it's extra small. Right, let's try on white plastic and see what that's like. I'm just thinking that because the plastic is a thicker substrate, that's probably going to push the switch the other way. Does it? No, that seems to push the switch in the same direction. Right, we'll have to open the iron on then. But no, these all seem to push that slide switch in the same direction. They've all got the same angled slope on all three of these. So maybe there's another type of cartridge that would push that switch in the other direction. I don't know. Well, I suppose I should produce a useful label. So here I've got a box of bits and pieces. So let's just say bits and pieces. Where's T? Yeah, the alphabet's just in linear format, which is quite annoying. Bits, space. I need an ampersand. There was a symbol. Insert symbols. Oh, that's a bit of a faff, isn't it? Oh, those are monetary symbols. Cats and dogs. There's ampersand. Okay. Oh, that's a faff, isn't it? Getting to that. I don't think you saw any of that, did you? Never mind. P-I-E-C-O-E-S. You learn this and you're going to forget how a QWERTY keyboard works. That looks okay. I'm just going to print it. I'm not going to bother with the border. Print. I want to keep it as simple as possible. Now these wide margins, this shouldn't be massively larger than these because of course it's all going to be in the middle there. But yeah, that looks pretty good. Oh, now that's not on the iron-on, it's not on the white paper. That's on the white plastic, but actually it feels the same as the paper, so it must be a very thin plastic. And actually that looks really nice because it's kind of glossy, whereas the white paper is matte. I mean, different substrates would work in different situations, I suppose. But let's stick this white plastic onto my box, see what it looks like. Now it's just occurred to me, I wonder if you can get Dymo compatible labels, which are cheaper than the official Dymo labels, which would make, oh that's annoying, isn't it? Which would make the system a bit easier or a bit less expensive to use. Let's stick that on my box. Oh yeah, pretty good. Bits and pieces. Look at that. So that's pretty good. It's pretty easy to use. You don't, I mean, I'm sure there are lots and lots of features on this if you really want to delve into it. But it's pretty much ready to go as is if you're not bothered with fancy borders and stupid crocodiles. But we really want to see how this works, don't we? So I think I'm going to take that reel of label out and start to unscrew this. It does have some visible screws on the bottom. Well, goodness me, there are a lot of screws in here. I was just wondering if that label might have been printed on a Dymo label printer, but I don't think so because it's got rounded corners. So no, I think they probably printed that some other way. Right, there it is. That board looks like it slides out. That battery connector board, I hope it does. Let's get that out because otherwise the two halves are connected together with a wire. Now there's a big sort of springy linkage mechanism thing, which I think when you close the lid it pulls the print head up against the tape, and it's all a bit dodgy, so I've got to try and get that spring off there to get the lid piece off. Now what else have we got? There's a massive blob chip there. Unusually it's rectangular. There's a chip here which is 8 pin, and I'm just wondering whether that's an E² PROM or some sort of serial memory. It's a BL051G, I think. I'll just check that. Yeah, I can't really get any results for that chip, but it just makes me feel that that's a memory, because I think this has the ability to save label designs and that sort of thing. There's a little 3.3 volt regulator there and a few transistors, and that's pretty much it. Ribbon cable down to the switch PCB, and another cable there you can see sort of folded up, which goes down to the display. I'll see if I can lift that a little bit. Yeah, this is your usual probably gold plated zigzag patterns on a PCB here, and here you've got little carbonized rubber buttons which all on one single piece, which just pop forwards and touch these pads. So a fairly standard, relatively cheap keyboard arrangement there. I love the way they've molded this with sort of different colors injected. Shouldn't really touch that, should I? Different colors injected in different positions to get the colored buttons. That's really quite neat. I like that. It's hard to see the LCD because it's sort of up on this slightly raised section here. So that's tucked under there. I mean, you can very clearly see quite high density ribbon cable there. Far more high density than this. Oh, that's probably, it looks like 2mm pitch. But that is quite a fine pitch going down to the LCD, so that's fine. And I can just see in there a motor, but I'll put the keyboard back together again just before we go and look at that. Yes, just down in there you can see the shaft and back plastic moulding of a fairly cheap looking DC motor in there. And if we come round to here, where did I see it? Down in there. Oh yes, down in there you can see a little gear driving that rubber wheel. I'll just try and point that out. That rubber wheel there, which is to advance the tape, and you can just see the end of a worm driving that gear, but that doesn't seem to be on axis with that motor, so there must be another gear in there somewhere. And it's quite possible that there's another blob chip under there. I can see a slightly raised surface in there, which is almost certainly the LCD driver driving the LCD on this massive connector there. So there it is, $14.99. I mean, I wouldn't want to make this for $14.99. Maybe there is a small profit to be made on this, but I think the major profit area is these things, which I value at about 20p. And now I've got to get this back on, which means getting that springy hook around there, which is going to be tricky. I think I need 7 hands for this. Okay, I think that's got it. Right, let's get this back on, but first I'm going to have to put this battery connector thing back in here. How did it go? Did it go in like that? Yes, I think it did. And then those wires trap in there, so let's trap them in there like so. And now I can put the two halves of the case back together, and hopefully it'll all go back together and work. Well, there it is, it's back together, so it works. Where's KKS? Oh, is that exclamation mark going to be a pain in the neck? There must be a quick way of getting these symbols. Oh, well, let's just print that. It works! Oh, I've got no tape in there, have I? So let's put white plastic in there. Print. Out it comes. It works. And did you know that a label maker in French is an etiquetteuse? I mean, what's etiquette got to do with making labels? Probably something in French. Oh, there's some stuff on the back. Well, it seems that paper and iron-on are only available in white, but the plastic labels you can get in all these different colours, although Aldi didn't have those. Here's some interesting stuff. Look, copyright 2020 Newell Office Brands, Dymo.com. So Newell obviously own the Dymo name now. We've got Newell in Switzerland, Newell Poland services in Poland. But look at this, in the UK it's Newell Rubbermaid UK services. So is Rubbermaid one of their other brands? I'm pretty sure I've got something with Rubbermaid on it. Let's have a look in this office. Yes, look at this. The stool in my office is Rubbermaid brand. So it looks like that's one of their other brands. And yes, look, you can see when I close the lid how that mechanism there brings the thermal printer head into contact with the label material and the pinch roller so that it can print and move at the same time. Interesting. And I can also see, looking at my computer, on Amazon and eBay, you can get these letter tag compatible printer cassettes. There's someone selling here 5 cassettes for £9.90. That makes them about £2 each, rather than £4 each. So there we are. There's the Dymo Lectratag 100H label printer, which you can get from Aldi for £14.99, I think it was. And you can also get the paper, iron-on and plastic label cassettes for £3.99, but it seems you can also get them for around £2 each if you get compatible versions. Well, it works. The contrast is superb, actually. Very dark black on very clear white. So yeah, they're actually quite good labels. Cheerio.